In our new episode, we get to meet Lucas, a French guy who started a particular passion for Brazil while studying in the university back in France. Lucas then did a semester break in São Paulo in 2018 and came back to live here since 2023. He works in the transport industry in a multinational French company. Let's chat with him today and understand a little bit more of his story. Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode of Building Roots Abroad. Today we are here with Lucas. Lucas is from France and he's been living in Brazil for 3 years, yeah? So before we start the episode, I would just let him introduce a little bit of himself, and I just want to thank you for being here today with us.
Thanks, Giovanna. Thanks for having me in this podcast. I'm a huge fan of what you've done about this stuff. So my name is Lucas. I live in São Paulo since April 2023. I'm French. I'm from Paris. I work with public transport in São Paulo on metro and train project. Let's say.
Nice. Great. And then just starting a little bit in your journey. So how your living abroad experience started? So when was your first experience living overseas?
So I did a bachelor in administration in France. And then in the third year of the bachelor, we had the opportunity to go abroad, to spend 1 semester, 1 year abroad. And I decided to came to Brazil. It was like in 2018. I chose to come to Brazil because I already learned Portuguese during the 2 first years of the uni. It was like an elective course, and I decided to do it just by curiosity, let's say. So I had like the business administration course.
That was just a unit, learning like a Portuguese.
Yeah, it was like a module of various units. So we had to learn Portuguese, we had a Spanish class, we had the history of Brazil, economics of Latin America. We had all these courses in parallel of the business administration course, like accounting, macroeconomics, microeconomics, statistics. So it was like really interested, and I learned Portuguese by curiosity. And
the Portuguese from Brazil.
The teacher was Brazilian.
Oh, okay.
She was from São Paulo, and she was like, she liked São Paulo that much. She was like always speaking about São Paulo, how cool was the city. So I decided like to come to Brazil on the third year, and I chose to came to São Paulo also. She did an exchange.
Okay. So you did like an exchange?
An exchange, yeah, for 6 months in São Paulo in 2018.
So just because of her influence, like talking about São Paulo and then also learning Portuguese, you got to
So I did the exchange. So it was like, so for the 2 first years, like I learned like Portuguese basic, like 1 hour and a half per week for 4 semesters, let's say. But when I arrived, I decided to attend the courses in Portuguese also at the university. So it was like a big challenge to face also, because I was not that good in Portuguese. And at the beginning, the professors of the uni told me that, oh no, sorry, you don't have the level to do it in Portuguese. And I insisted and I said, no, I will do it in Portuguese.
Do the course for 1 semester in Portuguese.
Yeah.
Oh, you insisted to do in Portuguese. Oh, okay.
So because I knew that by practicing I will improve also.
Yeah.
So the courses helped me to improve, and also in this time I shared a flight with 3 Brazilian guys.
Yeah.
So it also like really helped me to improve my Portuguese at this time.
Nice. So your first, let's say, experience was back in 2018 in Brazil still. So it was the first time you came here. Because of like the unit and also the professor you had.
Yeah.
That's so good. And then when you come to Brazil in 2018, how was your first impressions? Like what did you feel?
So I arrived at the end of January, and 2 weeks after it was like the beginning of Carnival. So it was like a really huge cultural shock, let's say.
Yeah, culture shock, yeah.
Carnival is really, really festive in Brazil. People are super happy.
Yeah.
They are celebrating a lot.
In the streets, a lot
in
of
the
like
streets. I was like with the students also. It kisses everywhere.
Everyone kisses everyone.
Everyone kisses everyone. Everyone is like shirtless, let's say also.
Yeah.
So it was a big cultural shock.
In bikini in the street.
In bikini in the street. drinking a lot, enjoying with a lot of music, also music everywhere. Then I realized that music everywhere is not only during the carnival, but it's like every time, everywhere, all along the year. So that was like my first, let's say, shock with Brazil.
So you saw everyone like partying a lot.
Partying a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was also like living like in a neighborhood, let's say in São Paulo called Pinheiros. That when you have like really the party environment, let's say. So I was just like going out of my building, and it was like already like in the Bloquinho, in the street party carnival.
Because you were like in a student accommodation, or?
That was like a private accommodation.
A private accommodation, and in the building, everyone was already partying.
I like going out of the building. It was like close to the busiest street of Pinheiros, and it was like street party.
Yeah, that's a big culture shock. And then when you arrive with the course, did you actually meet a lot of Brazilians, or you were more with the internationals?
So I had like half the courses in Portuguese and half the courses in English. And in the courses taught in Portuguese, I was the only green girl, let's say. I was the only non-Brazilian.
Yeah.
So I had like to do the group project, for example, the exam in Portuguese. So I met a lot of Brazilian students by doing this. We did like the group project for the semester, for the whole semester together. So I met a lot of Brazilian and also like exchange students. Not many French at this time, but I got one super close German friend, Australian friend, 2 or 3 Italian friends also, one girl from Mallorca, a Czech friend, a Canadian friend. So it was like really, we were like an international team.
Yeah.
And then after the exchange, we met like several times also in Europe.
Nice.
For 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And they did like the last meeting, let's say, 6 months ago, and I couldn't attend, but it was nice also.
That's so good.
So we were like really like a strong group. We built like really strong relation in 6 months.
Yeah, you bonded very hard. Yeah, that's so cool. And then you got to actually learn Portuguese, you feel? Like, was that like enough experience to...
I was like a bit frustrated at the end of the semester, because it's a semester, but I think it was like only 5 months, and then you were like also worried about what you are going to what I was
planning to do.
Yeah, after the exchange. So I enjoyed a lot, but I was like, oh no, 5 months is super short. So I went back to France. I did my master degree there.
Yeah. In Paris as well? In
Paris as well, in the same university. I did internship. I started working in public transport in Paris.
Okay, so when you say you started working public transport, was kind of like a company that builds like the subway, or?
It's more like a company. It's called Transdev. It's a company that operates and maintains public transport systems. So buses, light rail, metro, train, ferries.
So they actually build everything?
No, they don't build. They operate.
They operate.
They
okay.
operate. They
like management.
Like management and maintenance also. But they don't build the train. They don't build the track.
They just organize everything, the systems. Nice.
I was like in the headquarters, so it's a French huge company. I was in the headquarters, and I work like with passenger experience, customer experience, marketing.
Nice.
So basically our goal was to help our public transport network in France and abroad to improve the passenger experience in the public transport.
Nice, that's so cool. And then you started working there as an intern, like during university?
During the last year of university, I worked as an apprentice in this company, and then I had I was like contracted full time, let's say, after my uni. And I really wanted to go abroad again.
Okay, to have a new experience abroad. A new
experience abroad. And I was like really in love with Brazil. So I was like dreaming of going back to Brazil, going back to São Paulo, because I really liked the city the first time.
And also because you felt that was not enough time.
And also because I felt that was not enough. And so it appears after like an intense, let's say, internal lobbying campaign that I did like at my company, it appears like a opportunity for a young French professional, let's say, to have an assignment of 2 years in São Paulo.
No, I cannot believe it.
So I was like super excited.
You were like the match. You got the position like for a young French professional to go to Brazil for 2 years.
Yeah, in the same company.
In the same role?
No, it was like another role,
But you were happy to change.
Yeah, I was super happy. It was like I learned. I knew that
you could grow.
I know that I could grow a lot with this opportunity. So I was super excited. I accept the proposition. So it's like a program, let's say, French government subsidiary program.
They like to sponsor the program.
Yeah, the French government sponsor the company, the French companies to employ young professionals abroad.
Nice.
So it's not only for French, but it's for European. But as it's mainly French companies, it's mostly French people that are doing this. But it's
which is the VA?
The VE.
Okay, yeah, because we had other episodes with VE people.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but this is also so cool about France, the fact that the government actually sponsor companies and their employees to go abroad and get kind of like more experience and bring back to the country. Is that the goal?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the goal, and it's also like to participate to
export the culture.
To export the culture and to export our companies, because then you have, let's say, like more facilities, also more abilities to understand the multicultural working condition, let's say.
In the environment. So yeah, it's good because also if they send French people to work in French companies overseas, you kind of keep the culture because you obviously have people from France there as well. So good. I love it. And then you got from specifically São Paulo. You saw the position and you applied and you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how was like everything like when you saw that you could come back to Brazil and
I was super excited.
Yeah. You came straight away.
Yeah, I was super excited and I signed my contract and then I came like 2 or 3 months after.
Which was
2023.
23. Yeah.
23.
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years that I'm living in São Paulo now. It was a wonderful, it is a wonderful experience.
Yeah, it's good that you actually managed to come back and then it was the perfect position and an experience. And then when you came here, was very different to comparing to when you came as a university student? Or you kind of felt, it was weird. You felt a little bit like, I understand a little bit things like processes and stuff, but was still like a different experience.
Yeah, it was like a really different experience. Maybe I, let's say, underestimate like how different it would be.
It could be, yeah.
It could be, yeah. Because when you arrive as an exchange, let's say, you rapidly meet like other exchange students that have no roots abroad, let's say.
Yeah. You already have your community of international people.
Yeah, so they as you. They are in the same condition as you.
Yeah.
They don't have roots abroad, so they are really into meeting new people, doing stuff outside to
Everyone
travel.
is in the same page.
Yeah, but when you come back for working, you go to the office the first day and you meet like people that have their life in São Paulo, that have their families. They have to go back to house after work because they have like to take care of the children, have some plan in the weekends. It's really, really different experience.
Yeah, you're just by yourself.
Yeah, you're just by yourself. You don't have like you have the support of the company, but I had like the quite support of the company.
But not for your social life, let's say.
And for the social life, you are
you're in your own.
So at the beginning it was like a bit difficult, I admit. But then after like some months, I started like started to build another community, let's say.
Yeah, building your community. And how did you did that? Like you moved to the same suburb, like Pinheiros again, or no?
Yeah, I was living in the same area, let's say.
The same area that you still live now.
That I'm still living now, yeah. What helped me to make a strong, let's say, like community, it's to share the houses. Is to live like with other people, and basically most of my friends in São Paulo
they today, were your flatmates.
Yeah, they are my flatmate, or they have been my flatmate, let's say.
That's so cool. So then now you have your community that would you say that your community now is more internationals, or you have also a lot of Brazilian friends?
I have both of it. Let's say 50-50, I think.
Yeah.
I have Brazilian friend. I live with Brazilian. I live with an Italian guy also. That's super nice. One of my best friend here, I think, and a Peruvian friend also, a Venezuelan friend.
Yeah, and all of them from like Because they
Italian
were your
French.
flatmates at some
Yeah,
point, or they are your
they-
neighbors.
Yeah, they are my neighbors. They are like friend of friend, and then they become my friend.
Yeah,
So
that's so cool. And then for you, like, what was the most challenging part of like working abroad? And I know like the community was one big thing that you felt very different from when you were a student. But what was your like biggest challenge?
like in the working environment, let's
Yeah,
say.
could be because like in the social life, obviously, it's the fact that you're not a uni student anymore, and it's not that easy to meet people. But in the work environment, did you like struggle a little bit with the language, or you use more French at work? How that work?
So when I'm talking with my French colleague, I speak French, but with Brazilian, we only speak Portuguese.
Okay, because the office is like you have French people, but also a lot
Yeah,
of
we are
Brazilians.
like, let's say, 10%, no, 20% of French people, and
Everyone else would be Brazilian.
but yeah, for sure, at the beginning, the Portuguese language was like a bit difficult. Like for the first week, you have to you come back home after a working day, like you're really exhausted.
Yeah, you're drained. Yeah, because of your using your second language all the time.
And also it was like really challenging because you have to learn like a new like technical language.
Like the
of your-
terminology.
a new terminology, a new vocabulary, lexical words that are specific on your business, let's say. So I had like to learn all the railway or public transport termination.
Yeah. So you had to learn all the terminology in the public transport industry in Portuguese. So
Yeah.
it was even harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like one of the most challenging, and also like to know how to interact with a Brazilian colleague. That it's a bit different, like from European colleague.
Yeah. What was the biggest difference? Do you think Brazilians are too warm, as everyone say? What's
No, I like this stuff. It's true that Brazilians are super welcome at work. They are really warm. They want to know about your culture. They are really curious. And I was also curious about their culture. So it was like a great like exchange, let's say. And it's still an exchange like on a daily basis. Sometimes you have to do like a more diplomatic way, let's say, in a Brazilian culture.
Oh, in Brazilian culture.
Brazilian, you don't sometimes you don't say really what you're saying, but you say like in a more diplomatic way.
Yeah, like you cannot be straightforward.
No,
you have
you
to
cannot be
you cannot say
straightforward.
no, I'm not doing it. You have to be I'm so busy, can we talk later?
Yeah.
While like in France you think people are more direct to the point.
a bit direct, more direct to the point.
Yeah.
In Brazil it's more like diplomatic, and let's say, and I think Brazilian, they rarely say no also. It's always like, oh yeah, okay, I can do it.
They say yes for everything.
Yeah, they say yes for everything.
And in France?
In France, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Maybe we put like more limits sometimes.
Yeah, more boundaries. Yeah, cool. So at work you started in that kind of program that the French government sponsors, which is the VE. And for how long you were in that program for?
So the VIE program is only for 2 years maximum.
Yeah, so you completed that 2 years?
Yeah, I completed the 2 years, and then I had the opportunity I wanted to stay more in Brazil.
Okay. So it was like first the exchange, the uni, and then you got the program from the government, and then after the 2 years you were still wanting to stay here.
Yeah, I still wanted to stay. I was still wanted.
Yeah, you were still wanting to stay.
Yes, and my company offered me to stay with a local Brazilian contract, let's say.
So you went out from the program to become like employed by the company, full-time work. Yeah.
So I had the opportunity, so I stay, and I'm now living in Brazil with Brazilian contract, and it's an outstanding experience.
So you're like actually building your career more here. Because for how long you work in France for 1 year in that company, and now
I work in France for 2 years and a half in this company.
Ah, okay.
And now 3 years here.
So you're already 5 years and a half in that company. Cool. So in the company that you've been working for 5 years and a half, what's your role? Like what you do there usually in your daily?
So at the beginning in Paris, it was more like marketing, customer journey, improving the experience of the passenger within the public transport. And here I'm in the business development team. So we study basically mobility project in Brazil. So it could mostly it's like operation and maintenance of metro and suburban train in the São Paulo region.
Oh, okay.
So we are trying to
Develop the business.
And our goal in Brazil is to operate like a metro or a train.
Nice, so good. And then talking a little bit about like not just work, but for you when you started actually living here for 2 years now, 3. Did you feel actually a lot of homesick? How was like dealing with being far from family? Because it was not the same as exchange that you know you're gonna be 5 months. You built your roots here and you're living here for real. So how was for you being like far from home or like homesick? Do you actually feel a little bit of that or not really?
I missed sometimes I missed my family and my friends also, but
You visit quite often, or?
It depends of the period. Let's say the first year and a half I didn't come back, and then I came back like 4 times in 2 years maybe.
Okay, so it really depends on how you feel.
Yeah, it really depends on how I feel and on how I feel, and also on the opportunity to go there. I went there for the Olympics, for example. I went in 2024. I went there because they were like my grandfather's birthday. I really wanted to be with my family at this time. Then I had like the work. My company sent me also like one time in France.
Okay.
So it was like a work trip, but it was like unplanned, let's say. Also, I was like really lucky because I had like a lot of friends in my family that visited me in Brazil.
Ah, okay.
So I met like a lot of group of friends came to Brazil and visit me.
Okay.
So some of them came to visit me and we traveled together. Some of them was traveling in Brazil and we met in some cities. And my family also came for one Christmas and New Year's Eve. So it also like helped me to
feel more like you were not alone.
Yeah, for sure.
Not loneliness. Yeah, nice. And then about like getting used to the culture and everything, do you feel you now feel part of the Brazilian culture? Like your routine, the things that you do, for example, in the weekend, are you already feeling part of the city? How is your Brazilian life?
But São Paulo is like a 22 million city, so 22 million inhabitant city.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I like the typical routine of a Paulistan, but I have like maybe the typical routine of one type of Paulistan, let's say.
Yeah, Paulista.
But basically, I thought of the weekend I just passed. It's a typical Brazilian weekend. I went like to a churrasco that is like a barbecue.
Yeah,
barbecue party. I went to a samba music show, for example. I said like it couldn't be more Brazilian, let's say.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time. Even 3 years after in Brazil, it's a completely different culture. So you will, and I think it's the same for every country. You will never get all the references of the context
like
of what they are.
jokes. Yeah. Even being here 3 years, you don't know like everything people are talking about.
I'm really far from it.
Yeah, because also Brazil is a culture like very intense and very strong. So. It's hard to follow everything. We have so many different types of like languages and food and memes and
so for example memes, and it's so big country also, so sometimes you have like a regional joke or regional reference, or if you have like someone talking about like a TV show and you never assist, but it's like a super cult in Brazil and everyone knows.
Yeah. So of course, like when I think for as you said, all countries, it's very hard to understand all the internal jokes and politician and all of that. But apart from this, that obviously even I don't follow. Like I was 5 years far from Brazil. Like most of the things I don't actually understand. Even the way people talk changed a little bit. But apart from that, do you feel you belong here? Like. I don't know, like you already feel used to the streets, the food for you, like you,
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I feel I belong to São Paulo, let's say, because I have my daily routine here, and I know that in the weekend I will do this stuff and this stuff. Next weekend I will be invited to the birthday of my friend. And
you have your community, the places you already used to go, and you're familiar with the places.
And I'm so comfortable, let's say. Also, I think it's important also to be to have this feeling of belonging. Something else that makes me feel that I belong to Brazil is that I have a Brazilian girlfriend also. Every day it's more and more knowing more about the culture, sharing stuff, history, knowing more about the country and about her culture.
Yeah, because you're very close to the culture when you have a partner from that country specifically.
And she's from a different side of São Paulo also. She's from Minas Gerais. It's really proud people.
Yeah, they're really proud of the food.
Of their culture.
The accent.
Their accent. They speak in a different way of people from São Paulo.
Yeah. So you got to know even more about the country with her.
Yeah, we have. I learned a lot of snails.
Slang, yeah.
Slang word also specific to Minas Gerais.
So also that made you feel you belong a little bit more to Brazil, but home is still France.
But I think home is still France.
Yeah, makes sense. But then just to wrap up a little bit the episode, do you feel like you're gonna continue building your roots abroad? Like as you said, home is back home, so you have the plan that eventually you're gonna come back there.
Yeah, at this time my plan is to come back to France.
Yeah. But in the future,
in the future, let's say, but for the next episode. But
the short future, no.
Yeah, but maybe in the longer future, let's say, maybe I will open a new episode in another city or another country.
Yeah, so you're still open to live abroad and experience different things, but you think for the short future could be France.
Yeah.
Nice.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then do you have any advice or anything that you would say to people that wants to do similar journey to the one you did?
Yeah, just do it, let's say. But some advice is to, let's say, always say yes, for example. When someone invites you, always say yes, because you never know.
They might become your friend.
Yeah, they might become your friend, or you will meet someone that become your super friend. And always be open to new experience. I think it's important when you move abroad.
Yeah, I super agree. So yeah, I think we got a lot of insights, and yeah, it's very nice to see someone that has been living for so long in Brazil. I think from all our international guests in Brazil, you are the one that are living the longest. You feel now your Portuguese is great, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he became fluent, so we know that from the exchange student to then doing the program with the government to now become actually fluent in the language that he started since he was a bachelor student, which I think is so cool. And also you can learn a lot from his experiences and the way that even with the struggles with fighting the community and then working the field, he managed to overcome to the next steps, which we don't know yet what will be, but yeah, it's very cool. So yeah, thank you very much for being part of the episode.
Thanks a lot, Gio. Thanks a lot for having me in your podcast and in this episode.
Yeah, nice. And then for everyone that has any questions specifically for him about living in Brazil or working the field that he does, you can ask him on LinkedIn, and he could be a good network for you.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to share before we close?
Eu amo Brasil.
That's cute. Which basically is I love Brazil. I think you're doing just many years. But yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Thanks a lot, Gio.
Bye.
Bye.